those 2 days where you drove to the shore, to the water, and you thought about drowning yourself, paint me a picture of what drove you to that so people can understand what you went through.
This is how cruel it was. So my birthday, the day my birthday is in August, is the same day the Wall Street Journal releases the article.
Just by chance.
Just by chance, at 000 LA time. Just by chance, the article comes out. 2 days before that, there's a Wikipedia entry created called Gaurav Srivastava Scandal with the exact, almost identical article. You could literally have written the same article. And we have that. We have that, you know.
Wow. And you were tracking that in real time.
And I was tracking that in real time. And anyway, I'm sitting there. This is around late evening when the water's empty. You know, the shores, the waves have pulled back. So the waves recede. And they're now coming up to the shore because the shoreline is not as much seen. And I parked the car right on the PCs and I walk down. And I'm looking at the ocean, and the sun's out. Nobody at the beach, nobody except me. And I sit down, and my entire life just flashes in front of me. Everything just goes by. And I start walking very close to the water, and I see this whole pod of dolphins just close to the shore, just frolicking around. And they go back and forth. And then I get distracted. My dyslexia kicks in.
Your ADHD
ADHD kicks in. And I start looking at the dolphins and I forget. And it's like, and I just walk back. Because and I said, no, it's my I cannot do this. Because I have to correct this because God has put me in this for a reason. Time goes. So I go back. A couple of days later, more articles come out. And I'm like, this is crazy. This is absolutely insane.
Because you were painted as a con man.
As a con man.
And a liar.
You know, something with the CIX, fake spy.
Pretending to be a
spy. And then they made up an FBI investigation.
And that you were under FBI investigation, and that you had rented a house and trashed it.
All of it.
I mean, they said terrible things about you.
They even called me a monster, and that's the easiest thing to do. If you want to kill somebody, dehumanize him.
Yes, it's how you kill someone without killing them.
I mean, you see all these videos of how they made the Native Americans look like they were just supposed to be killed. It's okay to kill them because they're not human, and they completely dehumanize you. And that's what Truth says. Truth called me a monster. In this entire interview, I have not called him anything. Even before, I have not called him anything. You know why? Because at the end of the day, I am hoping that God shows him the way. I am hoping that he is shown the light. I am hoping that he can actually... But I don't know how he sleeps with himself. I don't know how he sleeps with himself after spinning one of the giant lie that he has. But anyway, that day, after sitting in church, and I said, this is just not worth the effort. Entire day, I go around, I meet, I go to my office, I meet the people, and in the same time during the evening, when the sun sets, the same thoughts come back. It's like, why not? And I go back to the water. And I walk to the shore, the same position, walk to the shore. And the bioluminescence where you see all the jellyfish come up? The whole ocean's lit up. Lit up to the eyes you can tell, as far as my eyes could see. Gorgeous sight. And I felt literally like energy flow through me. I was so energized. And I said, you know what? God has put me in this position to be able to fight. Maybe not for me, maybe for something, but I have no idea. But I'm going to stick. I'm going to stay.
Because you could have just
could have walked away. And
not done the police
not-
investigations, not tried to sue Neil Strauss, not submitted any reports to any countries
And-
to let them know what he was doing.
And it's like the water has always held a very meaningful place in my life. I always go to the ocean. I love to be next to water, swim in the ocean. I love it. And I always say, I don't know if you remember what Kennedy said. He said our body is 70% water. We have salt in our bodies. The ocean is 70. The world is 70% water. We have salt in the ocean. We are from the ocean. We will go back to the ocean. I'm not exactly quoting it, but something along those lines.
Khalil Gibran, the prophet, wrote about that too.
And I think there is a deep connection between what we are. Like even in the Native American way of praying, they say, I pray to the water beneath us, the water within us, the water above us, and I call all the water to align so that it can resonate me in peace, resonate me in one, resonate me in unison, so that God can find the way. And you start understanding a lot about what has been going on for hundreds of years. This has been around, right? This is not something we discovered. They've been around for hundreds of years, thousands of years. And I think that is where power comes from at the end of the day. Neil Strauss or Russia or China or Iran or Venezuela or any of these regimes do not have the power to shake the will of the American people, because there isn't a country, and I say this again, there is not a country. Who do you think is going to lead the world? And all these countries that are cutting deals with Russia and China,
they're not going to lead the world.
They're not going to lead the world. What are you going to who, if not America, who leads the world? Who leads the world? And the question is, we are a beacon of hope. We are the shining example of hope that everybody aspires to. Freedom, liberty, pursuit of happiness, justice. This is what this country is. You can be anything. I mean, my story. You can literally be anything. And you can go through the ups and downs and people believe in you. People are with you. I mean, and I have had some people leave me, but those people were never meant to be with me. They were not my friends.
No, in a way, it's kind of like
it's
like a spring cleaning. You get rid of all
like
the
a
fake
detox,
people,
yeah.
And then you're left with the real friends.
And I have had those. I'm very blessed to have those. And Neil's tried very hard to destroy that. The Russians tried very hard to destroy it. Can't do that. In fact, I got a lot of new friends. In fact, a lot of people supported me, people that understand what happened, understand what I'm trying to do. Because I truly believe this, that at the end of the day, there is so much that is given. And if you understand everything that's at play with national security, with oil, with what's happening in Washington, how Washington is being influenced from different pieces, how you can actually stop that, how you can stop the bleeding, how you can take those very pieces and make it right for America and for those countries. But be that gatekeeper, be that guardian that protects those American people that are on the way, because I have gone through it. I understand what it is to be targeted. I understand what happens when an entire machinery is put at you, where more than $50 million have been spent to just destroy your life. That's the entire objective. I mean, Ankit Desai could have essentially got what you call a hit contract to take me out. It's a legal hit contract. Lie to the press about him, lie to Politico about him, lie to the government about him.
It is effectively
a hit contract. It is short of an assassination attempt. This is character assassination. If I did not have the divine hand protecting me on those days, they would have been successful. So at the end of the day, it is the best form of assassination. And they were not successful, and they will not be successful because there is a divine hand and there is a larger plan. But a lot of people, and the reason I'm so, I said I want to be very vocal and public about this is because I want people to hear this thing and say, there is hope.